Whose fucking bike is this, man? Oh, it's a nice fucking bike, man. That's gonna get stolen in like 10 minutes, man. Want to ride Norton Summer together? That comes from Raph. Of course I want to ride Norton Summer with you. Where the fuck have you been, bro? Last time I checked, you were like in all sorts of nooks and crannies, all sorts of corners of the fucking globe, man. You remember Raph? We met him in like the Rundle Mall one day. I mean, we used to have a shrine of this motherfucker at the gym. I think he ended up hooking up with his like PayPal and moving over there to like South Korea, and he fell in love with her. Man, he was one of the most fiercely athletic dudes I've ever fucking met. This is my favorite coffee machine in the whole wide world, bro. It's like, fuck you and fuck your coffee machine, okay? Where are you gonna get $2 long black at 3 a.m. in the morning? It's actually 4, I'm exaggerating. Exactly, you can't. Who is the most famous person that ever lived? Jamie Oliver. Now let me explain why. If my grandma knows you and you're a household name in terms of my grandma, you're fucking famous, okay? I think they just had like a serious bond over their love for olive oil. You know what I mean? It was fucking crazy. She was almost equally as devastated as me when she found out that that house Jamie Oliver was doing like the Naked Chef in, that wasn't even his fucking apartment. It was a scam. It was a fucking set. She was devastated. I was cut. I mean, R.I.P. to my grandma. R.I.P. to Jamie Oliver. Why R.I.P. to Jamie Oliver, eh? It's just not the same since I found out that was a set, not an apartment. See you, mate. We got chili flavored peas, wasabi peas, and spicy broad beans. You can get every single color of the fucking rainbow here in the dried fruit form or legume variety, bro. What pushed you to start making videos and sharing your opinions on shit? Great question. Basically just like my distaste for all the fuckboys out there. That's his boat. So it was like the coldest winter Chicago had in like fucking years. Like dudes' pipes were fucking freezing over. I mean, I caught a plane from California to Chicago. I was wearing like this big jacket and short shorts, and I came there and it was literally I was like praying in the taxi line. Like my sperm froze over. It turns out it was just from severe dehydration because it was so cold. I spent 4 hours in the shower that night trying to warm up, and then I couldn't even fucking sleep, and I binged eating fucking like honey bunches of oat cereal in the morning when I woke up from my lack of sleep. It was crazy. The only time my sperm ever froze over like that, I mean to the point where there was like chunks of my sperm, is when I rode to Adelaide and I realised, I was like, fuck, I need to drink some water. Basically I was just sick of talking shit and not doing anything about it. So I remember I sat in that room that night and I made a video about being humble, because there was always this fuckboy at the gym who was like hella big, and he always used to say like, oh, I'm not that big, and I was like, fuck you. So I just basically, because I just knew he was taking the fucking piss, lad. So eventually I just said, fuck, I'm gonna make a video about this cunt. And I did, and then it's just a form of therapy for me from there, creative outlet, whatever you want to call it. So that's what really started me initially, start making videos. This one dude in the gym who had biceps the size of my head and used to claim he didn't have any biceps. The refrigerated drink section at the 7-Eleven is like a constant reminder of me to like work hard, and hopefully I'll get hydrated off like 7-Eleven prices one day. What are the worst personality traits a person can have? Being a fucking liar. I just hate liars. Like I just respect honest people. Like I just respect people who tell me how they're feeling. I respect people who just tell it how it is. If you're a liar, I just don't want to be a part of your life. I literally want to get one of those old school cannons and fucking put you in it and then light that fucker and just send you off to the Arctic. What countries do you plan on going to next? I'm fascinated by the Caribbean. I'm fascinated by China. I'm fascinated by India. So if you're in any one of those countries, hit me up, because I'd love to have you as my tour guide, show me around. Make sure I'm not being a fuckboy tourist. How are you, mate? Slurpees are pretty much like a cornerstone of just like life in general, bro. The world's changing at an astronomically rapid fucking pace. Avocados are going in and out of season every day. It's nice to know that no matter how quick the world's moving around me outside, I can always come into the 7-Eleven and get a cold fucking Slurpee, no matter what the season, bro. No matter what the fucking season. When are you gonna fly your drone into a government building? The day that I feel like I want to get put in the stress position in Guantanamo fucking Bay. Jess, I come here to get toothpaste most of the time, because I'm always eating. It's a a fucking vicious cycle. Any tips on how to stop giving a fuck about materialistic shit and start enjoying your actual life? I mean, you just gotta ditch the materialistic shit. If you're finding no joy in what you're doing right now with the current state of all your materials, I mean, just leave it behind and start focusing on other shit. Like, I'm the biggest fan of fashion. Like, when I see dudes styled out of their mind, I love it, but I know that, like, it's just never ending pursuit for me that I'll get nothing out of. Like, one day I want to get this jacket, the next jacket, and the next jacket, and I'm just like, fuck, there's always a doper jacket out there. The fashion industry is always shifting. It's just too hard for me to keep up with. But you know what's not hard for me to keep up with? Having lunch with my mates, sitting next to my girlfriend while I have lunch. I really enjoy that. Like, this is Jess, this is me. I'm eating crumpets. She's eating this fucked up ramen dish. She's slurping on it and she's making annoying sounds, and I'm in love with it. And it makes me feel real happy, bro. You know, catching up with mates, talking to dudes at 7-Elevens, having great conversations at work, taking the piss out of what we do. Stuff like that makes me feel so fulfilled. Even playing chess with my little cousin. I just love that so much. Fitness. So you just really got to shift your focus. And once you shift your focus, you'll never go back, because you just realize, bro, it's like, I don't need anything else. Like, I'm getting so content out of this. I'm not wasting no money. And I just feel straight up fulfilled. What are your aspirations in life? I mean, that's a deep fucking question for this time of the morning, but I'll tell you what, my aspirations in life is just to be a good fucking person. Just always be living by this, like, suitable moral baseline. And if I am going to affect someone's life, just make sure I'm affecting it for the better. I mean, straight up, it's always what I want to do. Like, you know, I don't have some crazy complex message that I try and convey in every single video. It's just straight up, like, if I can make you go from, like, to, like, you know, I'm happy, I'm fulfilled, you know what I mean? If you had to eat one food for a whole year, what would it be? I mean, I would say crumpets, but crumpets kind of taste like just fucking D-grade without nut legs or something on them. I'm gonna have to say rice noodles, bro, because I can eat them plain. I can eat them without even fucking salt, and you know it's a good food when you can have it without salt. So I'm gonna have to say rice noodles. And anyway, man, have a great day. Like, share, comment, subscribe, share with your mum, sister, share with your boyfriend, share, spouse, Facebook, game, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, fucking YouTube, like. Shout out to my boy Hedge, and I'll see you on a fucking tube tomorrow, like.